Peace. So I'm making a video today and I want to introduce a new vlog topic, a new project I'm working on that I'm going to be sharing here on my YouTube vlog. This is a curriculum building project, something that I'm planning to implement and bring into classrooms here in Tanzania within five years, I'd say. So this is just an introduction. This is going to be something I'll probably vlog about over the next weeks, months, years. And today what I want to talk about a little bit is one of the elements of the curriculum is going to be something called, what I'm calling, a holistic psychology workshop. So this is something that will be an attempt to bring some of the information that is not regularly found in school classrooms, to bring this information into the classrooms, because why not? That's how I feel. Of course, the objective is will only be to introduce these ideas to young people at a young age. What they do with it is on the individual, you know what I mean? But I do think that there's hundreds, if not thousands, of young people that are capable of digesting some of these ideas if it's presented in the right way. So this is something that I want to talk about briefly today in this video. I'll be making more updates about, and that is holistic psychology. So just the terminology, holistic psychology, is just a term that can be applied to a very complex, you could call it complex, ideas and ideologies. I've heard different terms used that can also be applied with holistic psychology, terms such as dark matter consciousness, terms such as African metaphysical psychology or indigenous metaphysical psychology. And I'm using the term holistic psychology. Holistic is just one of my favorite words, if not my most favorite word that I've learned, so in the English language. So to introduce this idea, that's all this video is really about. This is such an expansive idea and topic, and developing a curriculum is something that's definitely going to take a lot of time and effort. And that's part of why I'm making a YouTube video is over the weeks, months, years, I'm looking forward to being able to network with like-minded people, and I know that social media is going to help me with that. So what I want to talk about today is a book that I read recently that's going to be, I can't say the foundation of this workshop, but this is something that has helped me to find a starting point as to how to introduce this topic of holistic psychology. So one of the things the idea of what holistic psychology means as far as a topic for a curriculum is this popular idea called the law of attraction. What has now become known as the law of attraction is essentially a fragmented version of ancient African spiritual practices or ancient indigenous spiritual practices. And it's essentially a fragmented, watered down, modernized version of something much older. And so real quick, what I want to talk about today is the Tree of Life. I recently read a book known as the Tree of Life Meditation System by a man named Ra'un Nefer Amen. So let's take a quick look at that. Peace. Okay, so this is a look at the book that I'm talking about, the book I recently read. And I just wanted to take a look at the book cover, um, because the visual image is so powerful. So, what you see is a picture of a person, and you see the outline of the so called Tree of Life, which is a somewhat well known esoteric sacred geometry. And here in this version, what you see are Kemetic or Egyptian nechairs taking the place of what in other forms of this tree of life, such as the Kabbalah, you will find other titles appointed to those different elements within the tree of life. And not to get too in depth into an explanation of what this book's about and what this book explains, I believe I had tweeted about this a few months ago. A basic, simple book review in a few sentences. I called this a divine and holistic structure to law of attraction principles and ideas. So, obviously, that's something that can easily become very in depth and can never be fully explained by any one person in any one YouTube video. So I'm not going to try. It's something I'm sure I'll have an opportunity to add on to, but I just wanted to take a look at this. So once again, this is the Tree of Life, and I just wanted to also use this visual image that I took off the internet. And I think this is also a very interesting visual image. And what I like is on the right hand side, you see the Hebrew letters and the explanation of the four different planes of existence. So this is the understanding, the overstanding, understanding, and understanding as to how human beings are conduits or portals from spiritual realms to physical realms. And when people talk about things such as the law of attraction, this is kind of the blueprint or the navigational system as to how one fulfills that the pursuit of manifesting one's ideas, visual ideas, and aspirations and ambitions into uh, reality here on the physical plane known as Earth. Okay, so when I use the term holistic psychology, simple and plain, my desire is to introduce so-called law of attraction principles and ideas, and to be to be able to present these ideas in a more complete way. So, do I have any ambitions at this point as to bringing the Kabbalah into a classroom for young people? No, not necessarily. But I think it's important to maintain a holistic perspective, and this is the essence of the curriculum that I'm manifesting. That I'm bringing the idea into the physical reality. So this is one more example of the tree of life, another visual image that I was able to take off the internet. And really, I just truly appreciate this artwork and being able to identify the tree of life as having Kemetic origins, African origins. Um, and this is so important to being able to realize the true origin of all religion, all spirituality is indeed the indigenous people, commonly known as Black or Black African people. This is so important and not anything that I need to dwell on in this video, but I really appreciate this link and being able to realize this link through Kemetic
practices into the esoteric Hebrew practices known as Kabbalah, and I'm sure as well in esoteric Islamic practices, we will find many similarities if we continue to dig deeper and look into these things. But so often we find um, there seems to be clashes or disagreements or debates among people subscribing to different ideologies. And something that I'm able to realize relatively clearly through my own intuition and insight is the link between the so called Abrahamic faith systems that have now become institutions. There is a clear link through time between what we call indigenous spiritual practices or Kemetic science or traditional African spirituality and what has now become institutionalized religions known as the Abrahamic faith systems. And I don't mean to get too far off onto this tangent, but I just think that this is important to realizing the curriculum, for one, the origin of these philosophies and ideas. So, this is just one last image that I want to add on to this video, and it's a simple, brief definition of holistic psychology. So, the word holistic, as defined by me, is the realization of the whole as greater than the sum of its parts. And the word psychology, as defined by Google, is the mental characteristics or attitude of a person or group, or the mental and emotional factors governing a situation or activity. So when you combine these two words together, we don't need an explanation for what that means. It is holistic psychology. So, this video was just an introduction into a project I'm working on, something that I'm really excited about, and I'm looking forward to building with like-minded people because I know that this is not something that I can do by myself. I am not an expert pertaining to indigenous spirituality, holistic psychology, dark matter consciousness, Afrocentric social studies. I'm not an expert in this area. I just know this is my one of my primary motivating forces in my life. And when I think of my life's purpose, the legacy I would like to create for myself, and what my life's work should really be about. Um, Definitely it's curriculum development and holistic psychology because I get so upset when I think about the oppression that indigenous people suffer through worldwide, have suffered through, and I know that this time for that to end. So curriculum building and helping our young people is an essential element as to how to uplift our communities out of this oppression. So that's what that's about. So thanks again. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and stay tuned for more videos. Peace.